Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Thrillhouse. Tonight we've got the bad boys of Supercars out. Supercars Group B. Gonna be an interesting race from Suzuka. Some big drama happened in round one, so I think there's a couple of scores to be settled on the track tonight. Starting us off tonight, though, obviously we're in with the Novas, as we see one of the guys, I guess, go smash into the fence. Going through the grid tonight, while they're in their final practice, we have Luminous back in the cause entry. He's one of the go-to Novas drivers these days. Loves himself a bit of Nova action. Pretty darn good at it too. There's Scotty driving the 51. I think it's Rowdy Burns' car. After a interesting race for him in Supercars A last Thursday. Be keen to get in there and have a bit of Nova action just to get it all out of his system there. Next up we've got Scooter. What's he driving? Cal Norton's Old Spice car, number 47. Oh no, number 18. Cam Rangwood's tricked me a little bit there. The Hardy's car of Russ Wheeler. Dan's coming in for a pit stop to change his tyres. We'll go back to him. G-Man in the number 12 Miller High Life car. I love that livery. Geez, it's a nice looking car. Josh Locke in the Wonderbread entry, number 26. Fuelsy's back, number 46 Superflow. There we go, there's the Old Spice car. Popsy God. Oh, this is going to be messy. Oh, there's carnage in the Novas in practice already. Service is back in number 88. Seems to have really adopted that car for himself now. Good to see him back again. He'd be keen for a good result tonight too, after having a really, really close race last time out. Rebel Dixie in the number 2 car there, the Brad Kozlowski Miller Lite entry. Gaz Bowles in the 55, Jean Girard, Perrier Waters car, the Racer 50, driving the number 43, Josh Locke again, Major Tom's back in the, what's it, the Daytona USA car, isn't it? Clinic Gogo in the Sitco car. Good evening, Ghost. Good evening, Scotty. Good evening, Johnny. Dilza. Yeah, happy birthday to the Ghost. Should be out having his dinner. Make sure you pay attention, buddy. Having a well-earned break tonight. Good to see. So coming up tonight, we've also got Supercars B, and I've got another new face in the box with me tonight, so that'll be exciting. We'll crisscross over there and see how he's going once we've finished here with the Novas. Should be an interesting race tonight. There's a couple of guys that have dropped down from Group A, and obviously there's those couple of guys that had a big round one, so there's going to be some scores to be settled on the track, I think. Should lead to a pretty solid race. Alrighty. Just wrapping up final practice now for these guys. And we'll get stuck into it. Bit of door handle banging. Everybody excited for Group B tonight? Oh, hip and shoulder there. See where this race is going to go. From what I can see from the last race of the Novas, looks like everyone's sort of gotten the fuel conservation thing down pat now, so the cars seem to be getting to the end all right. Oh, big lose. That's not good. Oh, what a recovery there from Scotty. Wow. It's almost like he meant to do that. Luminous is still setting the pace. Quick operator in that Coors car. Play with some cameras for a little bit while we're waiting for the... Look at the closing right there. Oh, the yellow flag. There must be a car just... Oh, there's a big lose on the straight. Look out. Oh, that was close. The old Novas love a bit of slipstream. Oh. These guys are brutal. Looks like Gazballs has snuck his way up into third position so far. Clinico goes in fourth. It's a good looking car, that Sitco car. Old school livery, really suits the shape of the Nova. Oh, there's Dan. We missed Dan earlier. That's 46 City Chevrolet car. Cole Trickle. One of the favourites for the guys that jump in the Novas. Usually one of the first ones to get snapped up. And G-Man, Popsy God, Josh Locke, Filthy, Cerberus, Rebel Dixie, Major Tom, and there's Noble in the pits in 48. Jimmy Johnson car. Luminous has still got these guys measure. Getting close to race time now, guys. There we go. Oh, Dan just takes the provisional pole there right at the last second too. Just knocks off Luminous by .034. Good effort there. All right. $15 Novas on the grid tonight. That's a good sized grid. Should be plenty of action. Alrighty, we're about to get going. Clinty Go-Go to lead them off. G-Man in second, Josh Locke in third. Luminous starting out of 4. Grimdeath's wife, good evening. Alrighty. Let's go racing, boys. And they're off. Cleany Go-Go's got the unfortunate position of having to start from the lead. He's going to get swamped into turn 1. Here comes G-Man with that slipstream run into 1. He goes really, really deep. Can they all get through? No, 1 went up in the fence. Looks like they're pretty much under control so far. Good to see. Nice and tidy. Oh, G-Man gives him a nudge. There we go. Some damage around the back of the Sitco car already. Here comes the hungry pack now. This is where the slipstream starts playing into it. Oh, Carl Trickle just hits the inside fence. There we go. Clint's about to get swamped. Here they come. Looks like G-Man's... Oh, Glitty Go-Go's gone! In the background there. Gazballs goes through to second. The Racer in third. Get back towards finishing the first lap now. Back into turn one. Racer down the inside. They're under brakes. Big wiggle from the guy in the back there. Oh, Old Spice in the fence. Look at him jostling for position in the background there. Oh, bit of a lag spike there for Gazballs. Looks like he's got it under control though as he takes the lead. Into two. They're trying to go 3 wide. 4 wide. Nearly 5 wide there. That's pretty dangerous, boys. We'll get through that nicely though. Wonderbread and Perry are 1 and 2. Oh, bit of a touch there from Miller. Wonderbread up. Comes back. Oh, another big lose in the background there. Here comes STP. Josh Locke. He's going to sneak into it as well. Here comes Noble. Service is starting to lurk as well. Look at that. 55 goes from first to 6th in one corner. Miller leading the way now. Wonderrot coming down the inside now on the approach to turn 2. This is flat. Look at all these cars banking up again. They're 1, 2, 3, 4 wide. Oh, another big rub there. Wiggling under brakes. Get your positioning right. Oh, 1, 2, 3 in the fence. 55 is going to go back to the lead here down the inside. Look at 47 getting the toe down the inside as well. They're 5 wide. On the approach to turn 1, this is not going to work, gentlemen. Oh, 47 goes right down the inside. There's the big one. Takes the whole field out. Oh, what was going on there? Oh dear. Whoops. Josh Locke's got out to a pretty good lead now. G-Man's just going to... Oh, has a look down into 2. Very deep under brakes there. Tucks down under the inside. Rebel Dixie's starting to show his nose in it too now. Here comes Luminous after having a quiet start. 6 minutes to go. 6 minutes 45 seconds. So go over the line to start another one. I'm going to battle for the lead now. G-Man's just lost 4 spots in one go. So Noble's just in the lead now. Coming down the back stretch. This is flat again. Look at them all on a train this time. Oh, looks like the Miller car goes really deep. Oh, another one off there in the background. Oh, comes back across the field. They've all got through it. That's lucky. Not a big spread so far. The field's still fairly close together. So there's going to be some wild laps coming up, I reckon. Noble's still leading the way. They're going to have another look at him into 1. 3, 4 wide. Squealing under brakes there in the 20s. Oh, big tag. Oh boy. Who got come out of that alright? G-Man's come out of that really well. He's gone to first. Dan's in second now in the 46 car. So look how quickly he can come back into the race in the Novas. Got turned on lap 1. Was way behind the field. He's caught right back up. He's in the lead. So he cuts across from the outside. Big slide in the background there from the Superfly car. Oh, it's all over again for a couple of them. Clinty Go-Go's back in it as well after being turned around early. Oh, Miller High Life in the background there. Had a bit of a rough one. Clinty Go-Go assumes the lead again. Here comes Popsy God. Oh, the Miller car just tags him on the run to 1. He's off again. Oh, another big one. Clint's managed to walk away from that one pretty well. Tries to go the inside to break the slipstream. Noble's too smart for that though. He's right on his hammer. A couple of them fighting for position there for 4th and 5th. Oh, I think Gazball's got a bit loose in the background there too. Yep, Gazball's is gone. He's pirouetting across the screen in front of us. Oh, another one in the background there. 2, 3 wide along the stretch now. Here comes Noble to the lead. Can he go second? Popsy God third. Looks like Dan's about to grab fourth. Scooter's going to argue with him down the inside under brakes. Nice move from Scooter there. Nice and clean. Oh, no, we had to check up there. The car got a bit squirrely. Just breaking 4 minutes now. You give it time, Shady. Give it time. Still got a few laps to go yet for it to get a bit more messy. Field has spread out a bit now though, so that's going to change things a little bit. But all it takes is for the leaders to really get into each other here, and then she's not going to bank up again. Looks like they're playing nicely. There might be a bit of conserving going on. Noble assumes the lead. Popsy God's going to try to go around the outside. Here comes Scooter down the very far inside. Right on the inside lane. He's going to try to get them all on the brakes. Pulls up nice and geez, that Miller car went deep again. He's going to die. He's thrown it in there. Got a helping hand from Superfly into the fence. That was a bit of a brave entry from him there. Noble's now in second. Gives Clint a tap. Remember me. Popsy God there, tucked into third. They go flat again through turn 2. Seem to have settled down a little bit. Oh, Clint's going to run Noble up to the fence. That was pretty brave. Noble's car's a bit unsettled through 3. Clint's car hit the middle apron. It's got way loose. Oh, catch it. Just lost a lot of spots there. Popsy got into the back of Noble. Who's that sneaking their way back into the battle too? Looks like Scotty's on his way back in now, guys. Had a quiet race so far. He's just tucked into the top 6 now. Right in the back of this lead pack. Noble's still controlling the race. Miller's G-Man goes really, really deep in there again. Oh, that was Clint in the background, I think, gone. G-Man trying the wall ride in the 43. Oh, gives the Miller car a bit of a rub. Under brakes. Look at how much they've banked up now, guys. I called it. A couple laps without a big incident. The back of the field all catches up. Oh, Superflow! Catch it! So Noble's still leading the way. Here comes Scotty. Miller's going to try to go really deep again. He's trying that inside line. He's really, really trying that inside line. Oh. Getting a bit untidy in the background there. Oh. 46 is loose. Up into the fence. 55 went up with him. Noble's still leading the way. We're at a minute to go, so there's going to be 2 laps to go, I'd say. 18 scoots around the inside. Oh, Miller's gone deep again. Just plowed into Noble. Wow. That's caused a chain reaction in the background there. There's cars going left and right. That's given Scooter a handy lead. But he'd be getting nervous looking in that mirror. They're 5 wide behind him. Oh, Superfly's around. I think that was Scotty as well. Bang, Superfly's out. Comes G-Man. He's going to throw it down the inside again. Nah, brakes nice and early. Just runs Gazballs out of road. Can Scooter hold on? Gazballs is on the hunt. G-Man's on the hunt. Luminous is starting to close quickly. This will be it. This will be the last lap. Scotty controlling it. Scooty controlling it nice into turn 1. Just blocks the inside line there. Oh, big sideways out the corner. That's going to hurt him on the straight. Old Spice is out of it. Luminous is still there. G-Man. They're all tucking in. They're all tucking in for turn 2. They don't want to make the move too early. The move will come at 3. Gazball's leading the way. Scooter second. Luminous is up into third now. Here comes the 43 of Dan down the inside. Gazballs goes really deep into turn 3. Looks like the Hardy's car's out. Luminous has got a good run. I think Gaz might hold on to it though. Will Gaz hang on? Here comes Luminous. At the line. Gaz holds on. Just. over Luminous. G-Man third. Noble got back up to fourth position. Scooter fifth. Filthy was in position number 6, and Scotty coming in the 7th. Good evening there, Cine Phoenix. HGG TV is hosting. Thanks very much, mate. Appreciate it. So it's Gazballs with a win there. It was a bit of a cleaner Nova race than what we used to. There's a couple of fairly big smashes, but it wasn't too bad. Not too bad considering it was a full field. Anyway, we've got the crash and bash out of the way now, so we're going to zip across to Suzuka and catch up with Supercars Group B. Hopefully they're off to a nice clean start in their lobby. At this point here, I might introduce my co-commentator for the night. It's Mr. Grim Death. How are you, sir?
I'm well, my friend. How about yourself?
I'm doing pretty well, actually. Just about to join you guys over there in Suzuka.
Nice,
How is it going?
Actually, everything's going really smooth and clean at the moment. It's been really well. We're about to start into qualifying in a couple of minutes, so
awesome.
Going on time.
Happy days.
Yeah, it's going really well. Just got to wait, as we do have some father and mothery duties happening, so just got to wait for one more driver to come back and we can get on to qualifying.
Excellent. We do tend to be a bit of a fathers and partners and whatnot at Thrillhouse, so there is a little bit of leeway there. Good evening, D. How are you, mate? Good to see you on board. So Mrs. Grim just informed us that it's your birthday tomorrow and we need to hang stuff on you for the night.
No, she didn't, did she?
Yeah, she did.
She just walked out of the room too, that's why she's done it.
Good evening, Mr. Brand.
Their practice times are really close as well, surprisingly. Like, really close. It's going to be hard to pick them. Who's going to actually take this round out, I reckon.
Yep. Who's been setting the pace early?
Mr. Kaza and Mr. Mikey himself, believe it or not.
Oh, there's Mr. Mikey.
Yeah. So those two have it at the moment. Luck Goes My Way's been up there. Berserker, he's up there as well. So there's about 5-6 guys. And then you'll be able to throw a blanket over the top of them, to be honest. So yep. It's going to be really too hard to call.
Okay, so we'll just sneak through the field now, guys. Introduce you to all our drivers for the night. So starting off in... Oh, as he's just gone to the top, we'll start with Mr. Mikey in the Gentle Performance Racer. He was the unfortunate side to get relegated from Group A. First time he's ever been out of Group A in the history of Thrillhouse. So he's got a bit of a score to settle when it comes to racing hard tonight. Supercars Group B. I expect to see him at the pointy end of the field for the race. That said, though, he has been busy moving house all day, so he's probably pretty buggered, pretty tired. So hopefully he can chuck a decent race in tonight and get himself some solid points, maybe get back into A for round 3. Dadson with a good time there. He's just jumped to the top as well. Bottle Mustang. That's Powerhouse. Oh, hasn't been super comfortable in the Mustang so far this season. He's a couple of seasons deep in the Hyundai and he's switched over to the Ford Power for the season. From what I've heard so far, though, Excalibur and the boys are very happy with his progress. He's just getting used to the car, getting himself organised. Should be on for a decent finish tonight if he can keep it straight. He's a very good race driver, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him up around the front of the pack somewhere. And Kizza. Guys, stop going to the top. You're ruining my list.
That's okay. They're about to all get reset in a second.
I'm resetting it now. Alright, I'll hold off for a second while you reset and then we'll go through it again as I go out for quali. It'll make it a bit easier.
Yeah, it definitely will.
Who else we got? Mr. Jalen, how are you tonight, sir? the Grim Doctor show. I love it. That's great. There's Dick Withers in the chattery saying, Mikey, driver of the day. Good to see. V8's already calling Dadson driver of the day. You're a bit early at the moment, gents. I'll ask for that once the race actually starts. But you can start giving me what you think the podium will be looking like, and maybe a surprise driver of the night. That'd be awesome if you want to get stuck into something. Looking at you, Ghost. I know you've got opinions on this sort of stuff, so let's hear them. Mr. Brent, Kizza to do a clean sweep. It'd be hard to bet against that. He's a pretty solid racer, Mr. Kizza. Don't forget to give him some laps too, brother.
Yeah, no, I'm doing it now. I learned my mistake from the Supernovas.
Just gonna stick that one in real quick.
Yeah, good one.
Ghost says Kizza needs to win. Puma says Kizza, Mikey, Matt for the podium. So he's calling the captain to be back up there. Good to see. I know the captain's hungry for a decent finish, get some more points on the board. Because both the captain and the solo man didn't score for round one due to being disqualified. So they're both really hungry for some points. You know, long season though, they've got plenty of time to get themselves back up the top. So some strong finishes from round two onwards, and see themselves there at the end.
I can see Berserker and Captain want to making a name for themselves in this round for redemption more. So.
Yes, yeah, absolutely correct there. Center Phoenix says Mikey has to finish other than 7th. We'll see how that goes, mate. You know what he's like when it comes to finishing 7th. He's a bit of a fan of it. Alright, get out of that. There we go. Look at that. I'm like a pro now. Alright, so going through the field real quick as they go out. We've got Mr. Brent there in the Worcester Security Hyundai for Switchblade Motorsport. Stunning looking vehicle. Had a interesting round one in Supercars A. So he's one of the guys out there keen to really put his best foot forward this race and get himself some decent points for the round. There's the second car. It's Lucky there. Well, luck goes my way, but I always call him Lucky because it's easy to say in a hurry. The second of the Switchblade Supercars. So good to see both the cars on the track tonight. They look really good. Some nice photo ops there from running around together, hopefully. There's Mr. Mikey. We touched on that before qualifying started. Really keen to do some damage in here in Group B. Get up amongst the pointy end of the field and just bank some solid points. Benny D in the Alpha Motorsport Hyundai. Had a pretty solid first round. Again, and it's good to see the Hyundais are all sort of punched around the top of this one, so I reckon there'll be a lot of them towards the front of the mid of the pack this time.
Oh, definitely. Like in our race on Thursday, the Hyundai actually did prove itself. So
it did, correct. Another one of the really rapid Hyundais here is Doremus in the Counterpunch Penrite Racer. He'd be looking for a decent result too after Dan's big win on Thursday night. So that team's really starting to kick some goals now. Good to see. Looks like they're going to... I think they're probably the lead Hyundai team at the moment. Judged on results and points so far, they'd be pretty close.
I wouldn't put it past them, considering CP Racing has, what, 8 cars?
You can joke there, right? Okay.
On, we do it every stream.
Jim Bob there for DBR in the Jim Beam bonded car. Nice looking vehicle, that one. Another one with a pretty strong outing for round one. Suzuka's not Aston Martin's favourite track in the world, so the Aston boys have been complaining all week about lack of speed. Not very happy with it. Hopefully he can get a decent result. Dadson again, we touched on him earlier, so we want to skip past there to Ricky Bobby. He's one of my boys in the black light entry. Great round one for him. Just missed out on getting promoted to Supercars Group A. So he'd be dead keen for another really, really strong finish. Bank some more good points for us. Oh, Dadson just losing the foreground there. Dundaramus. Mr. Bradley. He had a nightmarish start to the season with round one. Wasn't overly pleased with his race at all. Really, really keen to get stuck in here at Suzuka. It's great to see him back in a Shell Mustang. Just wasn't the same with him in an Aston Martin last season. The captain had a rather eventful round one. That's probably all we can say. Definitely keen for redemption though. Good bloke, great racer. Good to see the passion. So hopefully he can get himself up the pointy end and bang out some solid points for Ragged Edge tonight. There's Kizza, we've done Kizza already. There's Cruisin' Motorsport, team principal. He's been putting in the miles this week. I've chatted to him a couple of times now. He's actually really been putting in some practice. And he seems to have had the hot package so far in the Mustang. Been pretty quick all pre-season. And around one he was fast. So hopefully tucks it back up the top. Oops, just skip me up there before I get there. The Solo Man, another one with a nightmarish round one. He'll be keen to pop some points on the board tonight. Been practicing quite a lot towards the end of the week. Putting in a lot of track time with the Bad Doctor. And also Ghost as well. So he's dead keen to get a nice decent result tonight. Interested to see what kind of strategy he plays with tonight. Whether he tries the alternate like he did last week or goes something different. And that looks like it is our entire group there. So what we might do is find someone going around the track early on. Where are you? Who's that coming down the straight?
Dadson.
Dadson.
Dadson just across the start finish line.
Alright, so we're on the bonnet of Dadson at the moment, approaching turn 1. This is a double apexer. This is also turn 1. Big issues there in the first couple of races of the season. For the round. Alright, so this is through the S's here. This is usually 4th gear. Just feather the throttle a bit, keep the car under control. Again, this one here, this corner here is the one that really sneaks up when you go too fast and you run out of road real quick, just off there into the sand. That's your race in deep trouble. Through Dunlop. Again, just starting to really put the power on now for the shoot down into Dinga 1. This here's a good spot to really close up on the guy in front of you through Dinga 1. Nice cut across there on the right hand side. Again, don't cut too much on there. See some penalties popping up. That's Dinga 2. Into the hairpin. Nice and deep, keep it straight, that's it. Tuck it in nicely. So there's 2 lines there. You can either go out really wide and cut across or do what Dadson just did there and do the traditional line. Out, in, out. Okay, this is 200R, this is flat out. Building up a lot of speed towards Spoon. You see a lot of cars going side by side through here on the run to Spoon. You want to be tucked in nice and deep here. Spoon, double apex again. This corner here catches a lot of people out. You run too wide here on the right. Catch that AstroTurf there, or this, even worse, the sand. Big trouble. This is the big long run down the back now. Burn zone there to the left. This is flat out as fast as you can. Does he brake for 130R? Lifts a little bit from 130R. Just tucks the car out, goes a bit wide. Bit of a wiggle. Gathers it up. Into Casio. Another one you don't want to cut. There's a big penalty for cutting the AstroTurf through there. Oh, catch it. There we go. And that's it. Back onto the straight. Burns out again to the right there on the inside. Nice work. What have we got leading the way so far? It's Mr. Kizza.
The Kizza with a 157.630.
It's a good lap.
And then Mikey's literally on his ankles, and luck goes my ways even on Mikey's ankles. So
Oh wow, the gap between second and third is pretty close.
yeah, it's under half a second.
It's good to see the Hyundais are showing a bit of pace too. Ricky Bobby's up to 5th there as well. 6th and 7th, the captain and Berserker. Oh wow, can you imagine that on the run to turn 1?
Yeah,
oh boy.
So the top 5 alone right now are separated by 0.7 of a second in qualifying.
Wow, that's close.
Yeah.
How long have we got left in qualifying, sir?
Approximately about 12 minutes, just under 12 minutes. So they're just burning down the fuel. They're all pretty much around that half a tank mark now. A lot of them have just gone in, got fresh rubber. So you're going to probably see these lap times start dropping even more. It's going to be very interesting. So the captain's just come out with fresh rubber on his car. So expect him to do something amazing, hopefully. Well, every time I've raced in practice lobbies this week with him, I just can't catch him. So
yeah, I think fastest lap is race only there, Puma. I just did a bit of a fiddle around with the buttons and I can't bring it up, so that's alright. We'll rely on mate Grim Death there to keep us abreast of what the times are looking like. We've got the leaderboard down the left hand side of the page there, so we know roughly what's going on.
yeah, so it goes believe it or not, it's 2 BMWs, followed by 2 Hyundais, followed by 2 Astons in the top 6.
Yeah, well, that's always good to see. Dan's calling it. Get your popcorn out. Berserker versus Captain round 2. Let's hope not.
No.
I think you're right there, Jay. I think it's GT being a pillock. Alright, what we'll do then is we'll bring live timing up real quick for you. There you go. Excalibur, how are you, sir?
The Marcus coming in the pits, get new fresh rubber again.
Everybody take your notes down. See who's doing what. So far, Kiz has done a 155.4. That would have been a bloody good lap in Supercars A. So he's Mike just went fastest for the first sector overall though with a 32.8. Looks like these guys are really starting to wind up the wick a bit now, which is good to see. It's a great lap from Kizza, 55.4. Wow. Alright, let's go back to the action. Do that and it gets rid of what's on my screen already.
Yeah, the 55.4 is one of his out laps.
Yeah, okay. Let's playing silly buggers with him. Everybody behave, the boss is racing. Are we going to see new liveries for Retro Round this season? Watch this space. We're not sure about that. Retro Round's half been discussed so far, so we're going to decide a longer season this time. So we're going to decide a little bit later in the season whether we can whether we're going to go with Retro Round or not. Cruising looks.
It does have to be like over all 3 endurance sections, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd say so. We'll see how we go though. It hasn't been either yes or no yet, so we'll wait for admin's approval for that yet. I think because it is a lot of work.
Yes.
Well, except for Alpha because they are Red Bull, so they don't do liveries for Retro because Red Bull doesn't do them. So for the rest of us, Lucky goes to the top.
With a 57.499.
Boom, goes the Hyundai. Kizza goes back to the top. Takes it back.
Back again.
Sorry, son. I'll be taking that back. Thank you very much.
With a 57-333. Gaza has something to prove tonight.
Captain goes to the top.
4.058 over Kaza.
Great job, Captain. Good to see you back in form, mate. Keep it up. I love watching the Captain qualify. He's got that extra something in that Aston Martin.
Oh, yeah. Been his second season in it. Yeah, he's got that thing dialed to a T, I reckon.
Oop, and he's lost it. Kiz is in 2, Lucky in 3. Mikey's back to the second row now in 4th position. Mr. Brent is currently 5th. Ricky Bobby, 6 minutes to go. I was about to ask that question, so you're on fire tonight, mate. Good to see. Ricky Bobby out of 6 so far. Cruisen's in 7th. Zerka back in 8th now. He's nowhere near his buddy, the captain. That's in 9th. Mr. Bradley's 10th. Doremus in 11th. Benny Doughton in 12th. Jim Bob in 13th. We are one car short tonight too, aren't we?
Yes.
Due to someone being away and unable to be replaced. But that's okay.
Mr. Jim Bob's being called up too for the Jim Beam Racing guys, which is good to see.
Yep. So the captain currently leading the way. So Kizza and Lucky are getting a new set of boots. It's a fairly long out lap at Suzuka, so they've got to be in and out pretty quick. You need nearly 5 minutes to do an out lap, then a quick lap. What's happened to Ben this season? I don't know what you mean by that. He's still there. He's trucking away. It's a lot faster of fuel than what we've had any other season so far. So I tell you what, it's a bit of achievement even to be in Supercars this season. So I'd be very happy to be on the back of this field at the moment.
Yeah, I'd say it's the same in Super 2s as well.
Absolutely.
Group A, you can throw a blanket over nearly 2/3 to 3/4 of the field. They're just that close in times and everything. So
that's correct too. Like I'm a firm believer in the middle of, say, Supercars Group A to the middle of Super 2 Group A. That group, including Supercars B, all of them, you could mix those drivers up, and they would be competitive anyway. It's just so close between that, so 20 odd drivers over 2 different championships at the moment. And then you've got some of the guys that have had to come in the bottom of Supercars, Super 2 Group B, that are just way quick, and they're going to be meeting the Supercars A guys, Super 2A guys very shortly as well.
No, that's exactly right. Like, the talent and everyone's just improving,
Yep.
We've been racing now, this is our 4th season. Everyone's improved dramatically across all 4 fields, 2 championships. So it's just going, everyone's just going up in leaps and bounds, and it's just going to get tighter and tighter, which is good.
See there, the silo man's just snuck into P5. Be fairly happy. Oh, no, who's just knocked him off? Ricky Bobby has just gone to P3. No, Lucky goes to P3. So they've just shuffled him all the way back down again.
Yeah,
So
I was about to say, Mikey's actually in 7th. As I was about to say it, he jumped to 5th.
Mr. Brent's has been swallowed there. He's gone back to 8th. He's lost a bucket load of spots suddenly. Mr. Bradley's come up to 7th as well.
Yeah.
Great to see.
So at the moment, the top 7 are just under a second.
Cruising goes
Top
bang to
8.
7th.
The top 8 are now in under a second of each other. 9.
These guys here really starting to pull the trigger now. Happy hour is well and truly underway.
The split times that I'm reading right now are just ridiculous.
Yeah, that's correct there, D. So basically, at the end of Season 3, we had the top 20. Just trying to do maths in my head. Yeah, top 20 were guaranteed Supercar spots. And then we had 4 wild cards that we, as admin, added to the back of the Supercars. It was based on performance, whether they joined the season late and didn't accrue enough points to actually qualify, but we felt that they were definitely fast enough to be in Supercars. Top 14 overall went to Supercars Group A. The positions 15 through 28 went to Supercars Group B, and then the rest of the field was, as the field fell off even further, we had the next 14 went to Super 2 Group A, and then the bottom 14 went to Super 2 Group B, including the newest drivers for the group that got added post-season to fill up some vacancies we had left. And it worked out really well for some teams. They just managed to score some really, really fast drivers late in the season. So we've got some... Kizza goes to the top. Late there. Bang. Don't quite have...
We've got just under a minute to go.
Alright. How many can make it? Looks like the 3 coming through 130R are the only ones that are going to be able to make it. So who we got that? Trying to find it.
Coming across now.
Yeah.
Ninth.
So I'd call it as soon as Benny D gets across the line, I think, because he's the last one to be able to make it, I'd say.
Yeah, Benny D's going into the pits.
Yeah. I don't think Jim Bob can make it from there. He's about to approach 130R, so I'd call it now and get him into the pits. That won't make it easy for you. Beautiful. Happy days. So Kizza takes the pole position with a last-minute lap dash in the Revolution Racer, showing these guys are still on form. They are definitely the team to beat this season across every category they're in so far. I don't think they've missed a podium yet. Correct me if I'm wrong. The captain.
No, I don't believe they have. I think they've been on nearly every podium.
The captain there on the run to redemption, he goes straight back to the front row of the grid. He's going to be an absolute rocket ship off the start in that Aston Martin as well, so expect him to cut across the outside with a good start and maybe take the lead on the approach to 1. Mr. Brent late in qualifying there's jumped to 3rd. I don't know if that's happened after or before. Hopefully that was before.
Give me a sec, so I'm just taking the notations down.
So a couple of these guys have neglected to pit in, so hopefully they've done the right thing and went straight in. Anyway, so Lucky's provisionally number 4 at the moment, so that puts the Switchblade cars 3 and 4. Ricky Bobby out of 5. Mikey in 6, so he's qualified 1 spot better than the typical Mikey position. Good to see. Cruising is taking the Mikey position for the night so far. Mr. Bradley in 8th. These might be wrong, guys. These might have shuffled out of position. So once Mr. Death gets it through, we'll go get him to go back through the grid for us. There's Berserker. Loves his pep talk in the chat there. Everyone have a good race. Good to see. Wishing kids congratulations for pole position. Alright guys, I need your podiums. Cine Phoenix is on the board already with Captain, Solo Man and Mikey. 1, 2, 3. That's an interesting podium, I like it. Dan, great job to Remus in position number 8. Yeah, that's it. It's a good quality effort from the Hyundai. Sorry about that, guys. It wouldn't be a Thrillhouse stream without me having to get up to the kids at least once. Ghost is calling it a black light 1-2. Well, we can only hope, Ghost. That'd be awesome. Would be a very happy commentator if that happened. V8 says Captain Mikey Kizza 123. JOTT Kizza to keep P1 and finally get to Group A. No bloody clue who comes second. How's that fence sitting going for you, mate? Darkside says Kizza, Ricky Bobby and Lucky. Another interesting podium. I like that one. Good to see you, Bad Doctor. JFL goes Kizzy, Lucky, Ricky. Shane Sky says Switchblade 1-2. Okay, I can see some of the guys been a little biased now. I think Mr. Brett, Mr. Pinentry. Very good, sir. You go for it for me.
Okay, so we have Kizzer on pole. Standing right next to him is the Mr. Captain himself, followed by Ricky Bobby. The man himself, Mr. Mikey 7HC, in 4th. 5th we have Cruisin'. And 6th we have Berserker. 7th we have Micah Bradley. 8th is Mr. Brent. 9th is Remus. 10th is Benny Tewart. Dalton. 11th is Dadson 44. 12th is Jim Bob Jr. 13th is Luck Goes My Way. And that is our group.
Very good. Can you just do me a real quick favour and just double check Lucky's time? Because I thought he was up further than that, but just double check he might have shuffled him down, that's all. Just because he seemed to be a lot further up than that in qualifying.
Luck Goes My Way?
Yeah. What do you actually qualify at? What was lap time?
Why is he down below my...
Yeah, sometimes it'll shuffle him down like that. So double check that real quick.
Or he needs to be put into 4th.
Beautiful. Happy days. Alrighty. We'll send them round for their virtual safety car lap. And we can get ready. Alright, so they're going to head back out on the track now.
Heading out now.
A couple of guys are just changing their tyres real quick. Putting some fuel in. And they should exit the
pits. Yeah, a lot
pits.
of them did come in pretty empty.
Yeah. So currently the first car on track there is Mr. Jim Bob. Mr. Brett behind him. Here they all come. We'll stay with Kizza though. He got the pole position, so hopefully he shuffles back to the front. Excuse me. Ghost says never can out the solo man. Yeah, well that's true. I know he's hungry for this one too, so should be an interesting race. Good job from Jim Bob there, letting them all through to shuffle them all through. Kizza's going to go around the outside of Matt Dunlop to grab the lead. A banging noise, one of my kids opening the front door again.
You gotta love them.
Yeah, you have to.
They're slowly shuffling through right at Danga 1 and Danga 2. Oh my god.
Oh, that's it. Rolling through the hairpin now with Kizza.
It's going to be interesting to see if anyone works off the off strategy again. There was a fair few of us in Super 2A that started off on the off strategy.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see what the story with that is after we get round for the first lap. Oh, big check up there from for Ricky Bobby. We saw catch Mikey out there and straight in the back of him. Alright. Turn the back straight now. Kizza's still in control of the field there. I feel this first corner is going to be pretty interesting, actually. Kizza v Captain on the run down. This Captain gets a good start. I think the Aston's a bit of a jet off the line, so... Is pole position on the inside or the outside of the Suzuka? I can't remember.
It is on the outside, I believe.
So Captain will be on the inside of the front stretch as well, which will be very interesting. Here we go. Well, this is a bit different for me. I'm usually steering that thing.
Yes.
There we go.
Let's hope I can do you justice.
She doesn't like it. She's a bit twitchy with this track. Alrighty. So I'm going to try and be all clever here and cut back to the car. Look at that. Like a pro. So complete angular Bentley. Tart safety car in the lovely Supercars purple.
Just take it nice and easy.
Oh, look at these guys, they're all banking up nice. So we've got a Revolution car, we've got a Ragged Edge, 2 switchblades, a black light, a Jandal, another black light. I can't see further back. Looks like Cruiser Motorsport behind that. So some big names towards the front of the field here, guys. I think there's going to be some egos floating about. The guys on redemption runs. Some guys in the Hyundais looking to punch above their weight a bit. You know, Mikey wants to get the Jandal racer back to Group A. Kizza wants to make sure he keeps the Revolution train rolling along with another really strong finish. I can see the Blacklight boys are both keen to get up and amongst it too. This is probably one of the most energised fields we're going to have this round, actually.
Yeah, it's going to be a very interesting one, I reckon.
Kizza needs to finish well here to get enough points. He should be able to sneak into A if he does another win, especially if he wins podiums, wins the race, goes off his pole position he's already got and grabs fastest lap. But that said though, watch the Captain for fastest lap too. That Aston's probably going to be sneaking around during the race.
Yeah, I'd be watching those two off the line straight up, to be honest. I reckon the first couple of corners is what's going to set the race for those two, Kazza and the Captain. Kazza wants Group A, and the Captain, he's on a big redemption drive, I reckon. So.
Oh, I love it, Ghost. So Ghost and family are on the road watching as they drive back. Hopefully Ghost is holding the phone up, not in front of poor Hannah while she's trying to drive. Jack's going for Kizza in Terry's car, because Jack's a bit of a fan of old Terry, as we know and love. Alright, so Kizza's going to lead him round. Look at these guys. Look at they're getting that grid up procedure down pat now. Look at this. Beautiful 2 lines. Beautiful work, guys. Great to see. Alright. Whew. Supercars Group B. Let's get ready to do it.
Here we go.
Quickly get rid of these names again, because the names will pop back up as soon as the screen changes again. Ghost is so fast at this you barely even notice him doing it. Alright guys, get ready for it. It's going to be a big one. That one. Beautiful. So Kizza to start from pole, Captain right beside him. Black light and switchblade off the second row. Are we missing a switchblade car? No, sorry, he's a little bit further back. And they're off. Everyone looks like they've got off the line nicely, so we're actually green. And the run to 1. Kizza's had a good start, but the Captain's going to stick the nose down the inside. Kizza sweeps across from the outside. What a great position there from Kizza. Just didn't know, thank you. I'm going to tuck my way through the inside there and take it off here. Lucky there in 3rd position. Ricky Bobby's in 4th. Mikey's had a great start up to 5th position as well. Cruisin's had a good one.
They've all got nice and
Well, looks like we've missed. Who have we missed there? Looks like the Solo Man's back to 9th. We've lost a bit of time with the Solo Man. Kizza leads him through Dunlop. Already a little bit of a gap there. The Captain there tucked into 2nd nicely. Lucky in 3rd. Oh, Captain way out of shape into Tenga 1. Cold tyres on the Aston there. It's not playing nice. He's just in control of the field nicely as he approaches the hairpin. Just nice drive out of hairpin for Kizza. They're just millimetre perfect. Look at Lucky there in third position though. He's right in the back of the captain here. He's not letting him get away. What can he do on the run to Spoon? Is he going to have a look? Has a look. Oh, he's at the background. Ricky Bobby. Big slide into Spoon. But just hold on to it. Come on, guys. You're on cold tyres, remember. Need to get organised. Don't overdo it in the first lap. Okay, and the run to 130R. Kids are leading the way. He's at the 0.8 of a second. Tucks into 130R. Just slingshots out. Into Casio. Nice and straight under brakes. Beautiful work. Very, very clean first lap from the guys. Well done, Supercars Group B. So Kizza leads them across the line. Captain in second, Lucky in third, Ricky Bobby fourth, Mikey's up to fifth, cruising on his back bumper. He's cruising over, look at the T1. He's having a bit of a sniff. Goes to the inside under brakes, not quite enough. Mikey goes really deep. Just says, no, sorry mate, you can't quite get up there yet. Mr. Bradley's tucked into number 7 position there. Mr. Brent right behind him in 8th. Looks like the solo man settled into 9th position nicely there. Doremus in 10th. Benny Dean 11th. Datsun 12th. Jim Bob there tucked into number 13 there. Just warming himself up there off the back. Back to the front. Can I get a tyre update, sir? Anyone start on mediums?
No one started on mediums. They're all on softs.
Wow. So it's another field that's decided to run together on the softs. So we'll start seeing tyre changes in the first pit stop. Might be some strategy calls here with some guys going in early for just tyres. I really, really like that part of this championship now, this season. Bringing the dual compounds into really changes it up.
It's brought in a good strategy aspect now because you've actually got to watch your tyre wear, you've got to watch your fuel loads. You know, it brings all that into play. You know, do you want to fuel save a lot more under a different tyre compound so you can get in and get out? It's brought another evolution to the championship.
Absolutely. And there's some guys that are very, very fast in the softs, but they get on the medium and they just fall apart. And there's some guys that really look after the mediums and get good speed out of them too. So it really brings that extra bit of strategy into the race, which is what we wanted to see. Because everybody can go fast on the same tyre all season. Oh, Mikey through 130R. That was interesting. There's a nice little battle pack there with Cruising and Mr. Bradley.
Yeah, and Mr. Brent's attaching onto the back of them as well. Like, he's not letting them disappear too, so...
Tell you what, the field's fanning out pretty quick though. The front 4 or 5 cars have all got big gaps. So these guys aren't messing about.
And then there's another... Cruising
to turn 1. Has another look. Not quite. Mikey can go really deep into 1. He's got a great line. Cruising has another look on the second apex. Not quite. Here comes Mr. Bradley though. Oh, wrong one. There we go. Mr. Bradley's having a bit of a look around the back. Yes, the thing about turn 1, you have double take at it, and it just stuffs up your exit, and then you slow through the S's. And look at Mr. Bradley now. He's all over his back bumper.
You got Doremus all in the back bumper of Berserker as well. So that's Hyundai. They're literally pushing his other car. They're hurrying them up.
Oh, we go on board with...
gone out to a 1.8 second lead in 3 laps.
That's a pretty solid lead. Just on the board with the Cruiser Motorsport Mustang at the moment, looking back at Mr. Bradley on the run to the hairpin. Mr. Brent's just coming into it as well now. It's just... Oh, Mr. Bradley with a big slide out of the hairpin there. Can't get the power down. Cruising there, just, you know, still chasing down Mikey a bit. Lost a bit of time through the S's. These guys are really starting to spread out though, aren't they?
Yeah, they're really pushing.
Oh, he's off in the background there. Hang on, who was that? Was it Ricky Bobby's had a big incident? He's gone way back down the field. He's 10th. He must have went off at Spoon. I just saw him in the background there. There was 2 blacklight Aston Martins side by side. Well, that can't be right. One of them's supposed to be in 4th. So he's had a big issue there out of Spoon. Went wide. Doesn't look like there's a penalty or anything on board though, but that's really hurt him. Knuckle down, tuck in. Kiza though, just banging away. 2.5 seconds clear of the field and pulling away. He's not hanging around at all, is he? Oh, the captain's gone off at 1. Come on, captain, gather her up. That's the way. Nice to see. Get it back up under control. Make those tyres. Get him cleaned up. He'll be slow through the S's with dirty tyres, so Mikey's going to capitalise here. Oh, he's slow. Oh, sliding again. Those tyres are still grubby. Mikey's going to be careful here too, though. You don't want to be trying to tiptoe around a sliding car.
Yeah, not through those S's anyway.
Oh, he's trying through Dunlop. Nice move from Mikey there through Dunlop. Nice work. Just the crisscross.
Cruz is going to look home Danga 1 and Danga 2.
Oh, were they going to get a penalty for that? That was a big cut. Danga 2. Oh, get away with it. Let's see. So the relentless pace is starting to catch a couple of them out. Look at these guys closing up now though. 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. Mikey wouldn't want to make a mistake right now. He'd be back in 7th in no time.
Try further because 8, 9 and 10 are literally coming up as well.
Wow. Another big slide there from someone in the background. These guys are really getting keen on their entries. Really tipping the car in. So we go back with the captain here and let's have a look back at Cruisin'. Cruisin's closing up on the run to 130R. He's going to try through 130R. That's going to be very brave. No, thinks better of it. Just steadies himself. Captain gets a wiggle on the exit. Can't quite catch up to him through Casio though. What's the captain look like against Mikey? So still tucked in behind Mikey here as well. So it might be down to the fact that one of these guys is going to have to blink first. Mikey tries the berserker line down the straight there, goes down to the inside. Look at the power of the Aston Martin. Really run down the BMW in the slipstream though. Is he going to run it into turn 1? It'll be a big dive. Not quite. He's not quite that brave yet. Cruising still lurking in the background. Mr. Bradley's still hanging around too. See, some of these guys might be holding back a little bit at the moment. They're just not pushing their luck just yet. Just looking after the car.
Guys alone, the one who's got the best setup right now, tyres and fuel, is actually the captain.
Yeah, right. Even with that big slide, his tyres are still looking good. Mikey's car was way out of shape through the S's there. It just really widened that last apex. You see the back end of the Jandal car is really starting to wiggle. Look at the wiggle on the Pro Dingle 1. Very, very loose BMW that.
Oh, Mr. Brenton berserks.
What's that? Position number 8.
Yeah, Mr. Brent had a little wiggle coming out of Danga 2, and Mr. Berserks had to quickly do some evasion and manoeuvres.
Mr. Brent's lost another one there. Doremus has snuck through for 8th. That's all it takes sometimes. Someone's had a big lose at the back of the field because someone's way off the back there. Who's that?
Mr. Jim Bob.
Jim Bob. So Mikey's still holding on to 3rd position now. The captain's tucked into 4th. Looks like settle down a little bit now. It's 0.3 of a second. The run to 130R. Mikey going nice and deep again.
He's finally settled into a groove. He's holding his gap at 4.7 seconds.
Yep. Well, he doesn't need to go any further than that. He doesn't need to blow out by 20 seconds.
No.
Because you don't want to overspend the car. Tell you what though, these guys are going to be working hard though. I think they're slowly starting to reel in lucky as well at the moment. So Mikey currently in position number 3 with the captain in 4th. Cruising again though, 5th position, right on the back of the captain. He's just waiting for that opportunity now to make a move. Been very quick in the Mustang all through the off-season and through round 1. One of the biggest surprises in the off-season was Cruisin's pace. He just suddenly showed up and went bang, real quick. And they approach the Dinga 1.
Wow, Mr. Brent's gone back down to 12.
Yeah, I just saw on the map someone's had a big issue.
Missed that one.
So kids are currently leading the way. He's 5.2 seconds clear of the field. He's just, I think he's just on a bit of a Sunday drive, you know, just cruise along, mind my business. Look after the car a bit now. Got himself a good gap, so.
No, Mr. Brent actually pitted. He's actually gone to medium with a full tank.
Ah, so Mr. Brent's trying the alternate strategy that we saw from Wardo last round, from Supercars A. I wonder if he can make it work, because it sure didn't work for Wardo.
No, he's gone in. He's got, full tank, brand new set of tyres, the lot.
So I'll sit up and go, Tinker. Let's not. Oh, the captain with a big run through 130 yard. He's on the way back to the boat. Cruising has a look into the Casio. That's going to be brave. Camera angle's awesome, thank you very much. Cruising's going to get a run around the outside of the straight. They're going to be side by side down the front straight. Drag race, Mustang versus Aston. Mustang just clears him over. Look at that run from the Mustang down the straight. What a run. Captain decides not to dive into turn 1. Probably a smart move. Cruising covers the inside quite nicely. So Cruising there. Just waited for the right time there, pulled the trigger. And he's got himself up to 4th now, so great job so far. The captain's on the hunt again now, though. He's not going to let him sneak away.
That's all you've got to do. You just got to bide your time and be patient, unfortunately, because this track, you lose 1 ounce of concentration, that's it.
Exactly. Exactly right. It's one of those tracks that, with the runoff areas the way they are, you step off the race line, and you're going to be having a world of problems. The sand's so close to the edge of the track. AstroTurf is like ice. We've seen it in the Supercars Group A, and we've also saw it in the Super 2 Group A. A couple of guys just stepping out of the groove and having big losers.
Yeah, I was a victim of one of those ones, unfortunately. But no, this track, if you lose 1 ounce, that's it. You're fighting back. So. But at the same time, you gotta love the track. It's very technical, very flowy. You know, it's a very love-hate relationship.
Ricky Bobby again with that sideways entry into Spoon. You're making me very nervous doing that, mate. Darumas with a great drive so far up to position number 7. A little bit off the back of the battle pack in front of him now, but you know he's hanging around there. So anyone makes a mistake, he'll be right on him. Back to this little battle now, though. Cruising versus Captain versus Mr. Bradley. Pit stops should be happening fairly shortly too, so we might see these guys start splitting up for strategy.
So Lucky's gone in.
Oh, there we go.
Remus has gone in.
It sounds like it might be a bit of a Hyundai strategy going there. The Hyundais know when they're into pit, so they're all in at once.
Yep, Dadson's coming in now too. Yeah, about lap 7, lap 8 is what I was expecting.
Yep.
So Lucky goes my way, puts on mediums. Dreamers has gone to mediums.
I'd be very surprised if someone do a double still on softs. It didn't work out very well for the... Well, technically it did work out alright for Dan in round 1, but I probably should have done. That's in the Thursday race. He was just bleeding time to the guys chasing him on softs. As Cruising gets really out of shape out of Denga too, so it gets Captain right back on his back bumper. He's going to look to the hairpin, not quite. Cruising covers, oh, way under brakes. Big lock up into the hairpin. Captain's getting washed out real wide now. I think it might be where Mr. Bradley has a little bit of a look here in a minute. Great job from both drivers there though. Captain with the evasive action to avoid the sliding Vortex Mustang there. Oh! Got caught out in the run to Spoon though, gives him a tap. Cruising does a good job to keep it under control.
So, with the pit runners at the moment, Luck Goes My Way is actually the first in line that is actually pitted.
Yep. So what's he? P7 at the moment.
P7. But he should be able to jump those 5 guys in. So Kaz has gone in.
Yeah. Well, we're expecting Mikey to come in too because he's in a BMW, so they'll be out of fuel. In he goes.
Mikey's got more fuel in though, so...
Cruz and Captain go in. Mr. Bradley stays out. Interesting. Well, this is going to be the litmus test now. We're going to see Mr. Bradley and see what he does. Does the undercut work out for the other guys, or is the overcut going to pay dividends? I don't think the overcut's going to work, but hopefully it works out all right for him. He comes lucky down the straight now. Is he going to clear these guys as they pit exit? Looks like one's coming out now. Maybe Kizza.
Coming out now.
Lucky's caught him up a bit. Lucky caught right up to Kizza through there. The undercut worked out well. He pulled 5 and a bit seconds, just about.
Pretty much. But you also got to remember, Kazza did go in with a lot less fuel, so he had to really top that car up.
Yeah.
He didn't fully refuel it, but he's also kept on racing softs as well.
Who was that? Kizza?
Kizza. He's on racing softs. So that's a surprise move.
Mikey's gone. He's off. He got caught behind the slow brake. Oh, wow. That's going to hurt. He just went off on the run to Dunlop. What happened was he got right up under the back of Mr. Doughton there, Benny D, who had gone around again, and just the check-up speed just was too much. And as he tried to avoid the slower Hyundai, he just ran out of the road there and slipped off the outside of the track and into the fence.
Yeah, he's carrying a bit of damage at the moment, Mr. Mikey.
It was a pretty solid hit. So
yeah, his front right tyre and his engine have now just been rectified.
Okay, so he'll be back to speed now. Just dust her off, Mikey. Go back into it, mate. So Cruisin stayed out in front of the captain there. A little bit of a gap, 0.6 of a second. We'll see what happens with Mr. Bradley against these two when he goes in.
Yeah, but there's going to be a fuel play between Cruisin and the captain on the next pit. Cruisin didn't put as much fuel in as the captain did. So that's going to be interesting to play out as well.
So Mr. Bradley goes in.
They both ran on racing softs again, so they're doing a double stint straight up.
So some of these boys are going against what they consider convention now, and they're going to run the double soft stint, then the medium to the end. So be extra eye on the guys that are running mediums, running softs to the very end of the race. Those guys are going to be quick towards the end. If they can stay in the field, they'll geez, Mr. Benny D's going long. He's running around again. Currently P3. That's a long stint on softs. That's lap 10.
Mr. Mikey Bradley's gone on racing softs again with the full tank.
Another interesting strategy there. So he's gone full tank softs. So the guys have got different ideas of what they think's quick and what they think's going to work. Has the Solo Man pitted yet, sir? Currently P6?
Yeah.
Wow.
The Solo Man did pit earlier. I missed it just before when he actually went out and came in. He's actually on mediums at the moment with just under 3/4 of a tank.
So he's made up a bit of spots there as well.
Just looking at Mr. Benny Doughton here. According to these, I think he may have pitted around lap 4, maybe lap 5.
Oh, you reckon he snuck in early and we missed it?
I reckon he snuck in really early.
Yeah, okay. Interesting.
So
I think
his tyres are still looking pretty good. He needs fuel. I think he just went in for tyres. He did not go in for fuel.
Do you think he's going to 3-stop it?
He's going to have to come in this lap, no matter what.
Okay. Thanks for the bit, Stan. Appreciate it, mate.
Cruisin and Captain are coming right up behind him as well.
They're still on it, these two. Captain's going to have a look. Not through 130R. Don't do it. Good work. Like the discipline there. Just tucks it back in. Cruisin goes really deep through 130R. Captain tries to tuck in and get the run out. Oh, that could be a penalty for Cruisin. There was a big cut on the first part of Casio.
Yeah, it was. Be very lucky if he does in top one.
Wow, that's lucky. Oh, I thought he was toast there. Look at behind him though. Mr. Brett stuck in a blacklight sandwich here at the moment. Yep, missed him. There we go. So Ricky Bobby right in the back of Brent, who's right in the back of the Solo Man. Very, very interesting here in the middle field at the moment.
Ricky Bobby has the best tyres out of all three of them at the moment.
Yep. They all on mediums, or did someone go to softs?
No, all three are on mediums.
Oh, Ricky, not through the SS into Dunlop. Oh. Jeez, he's giving Brett the hurry up. Far out.
Yeah, a bit of a hurry up.
You gotta be careful though, they don't want to throw each other off because Mr. Bradley is on the hunt right behind him now. He's catching quickly. This would be, I know Miss Ricky Bobby here would be trying to recover from that interesting start to the race. He had a big spin on lap 1, lap 2 I think it was. Cruising.
So Mr. Benny Dowden, he's back down into 12th on mediums and full tank.
Interesting strategy. We'll have to watch that and play out. Look at these guys going for it. 6th, 7th, 8th on the run through 200R. Too wide on the run to Spoon. Ricky Bobby down the inside. Oh, Mr. Brett's going to try and cut back. Not quite. Look at Mr. Bradley there. He's on the hunt as well.
Oh, no, Captain, not again.
Oh.
Captain actually takes Cruisin at 180R on the inside.
Wow. Big move there from the car. Just caught the tail end of that. That's a brave move.
He pushed it in and literally, yeah, Cruisin gave him enough racing room and Captain's just gone, this thing's sticking, see you later.
Stop that, Excalibur. We're not talking about that yet. We're not there yet.
But 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, that's just nuts. Mikey with the dive on Mr. Brent at turn 1.
Nice work, Mikey. One more to go. You're back in the Mikey position. That'd be crazy if you finished 7th again.
Oh, yeah.
I think you'd just give up. Still sporting that damage from the early in the race there. Big scuff marks.
Wow, Kaz has had it off. Lucky my way's gone to first.
Hey, whoa. Come on, kids, don't do that to me, mate.
The 1 and Danga 2.
Whoops. So Lucky goes to the lead, guys. No one saw that coming. Who's off at Spoon there?
Spoon.
The leaders are just passing. Must be Jim Bob again off the back.
Must be Jim Bob. Yeah, Jim Bob's just holding off.
Just good idea. Let him go through before you rejoin.
Nice work there, Jim Bob. Good work, mate.
All right, so back to the field here. Cruisin's having another look at the captain. He's tucking right up underneath him on the run to 130R.
There we go.
Very few of Kizza now. Kizza must be ropeable inside that helmet.
Yeah, he's pushing that BMW hard to catch back up onto Lucky.
Can I get a fuel update, please, sir, on the top 4?
Okay, so going across the line at Lucky, he is just over a quarter of a tank. Kaza has half a tank. The captain just under half a tank. And Cruisin is just over a third of a tank.
Alright. That puts the Solo Man.
Fairly overly spaced on their fuel lines.
Solo Man's in position number 5 now. So,
and out of the top 4, Luck Goes My Way is the only one on mediums.
Yeah, right. So he's on mediums already, the rest are on softs. So everyone else has to go to softs. Lucky can go, everyone else has to go to mediums. Lucky can go to softs for the third stint. That's going to be massive for that third stint. He could be on for a good result here, guys. Not trying not to commentate, curse him just yet, but tell you what.
If he can stay with Kizza in the second stint, either keep Kazza behind him or keep on his tail, Luck Goes My Way, he's going to have a really good result.
He needs to make that... Yeah, he needs to make that switchblade Hyundai very, very wide and really hold Kizza up now. He can't afford to let him go past. Mr. D wants me to run through the field. Alright, we'll start the leader. So Lucky there. After Kizza had an incident, so Lucky's taking the lead. Kizza in P number 2. The captain's in 3rd now with Cruisin still pestering that back bumper. Those guys just have not stopped all race. Hang on, Ricky Bobby's gone to 5th now. What's happened there? Mikey's in 6th.
Berserker came out of the hairpin on a swell.
Oh boy, so Berserker's back to 7th and Mr. Bradley's fallen back down as well, so he's in 8th. Looks like the pass up going through Spoon. But, oh, Berserker's got another one. So Berserker's gone off again at Spoon there, so Mr. Bradley's snuck through. Mr. Brent there in position number 9. Dadson's in 10th. Theremus in 11th. Benny D's in 12th on that alternate strategy. And Jim Bob having a race on his own there in 13th position at the moment. So back to the lead now. The lead's within a second now, so the kids are starting to really close up at the back of Lucky now. Anyone had a spicy double McChicken from Vegas?
You've got a battle for first and second, and then you've got another battle going on for third and fourth.
Absolutely. And look at this down the straight. Ricky Bobby and Mr. Bradley with Mikey tucked right in behind him, and Berserker's there as well. Oh, one black light car to the other. Oh, that could have ended in tears. So Berserker tucks down the inside and passes all of them. Mr. Bradley goes with him to 5th. So he's just jumped all of those guys then. So suddenly Ricky Bobby's back to 7th. Look at the black light cars. Oh, big slide through the S's there for Berserker. Do not take each other out. I swear to God, guys. Come on.
Yeah,
don't do it to me.
His front tyres are the worst out of this small little group, unfortunately.
Yeah, okay. So he's having a bit of trouble keeping some life in those front tyres. Might pay to let Ricky Bobby sneak through. Oh, there's a big cut at Dinger 1. Do not get a penalty. That's going to hurt. That car looking really tired. It's having trouble turning in. Oh, it's got no turn in, does it? No front grip at all in the 777 car.
Kaz has taken back the lead at Spoon.
Nice work. Has Lucky done enough there, though? There might have been enough.
He's holding. He's in his slipstream, so he's holding in there. If he can stay in that slipstream, he should be good.
Just tuck in there with him and look after the car and get home on softs. Might be a pretty good strategy play from Lucky there. Look at the captain and cruising. They're still nose to tail. These guys just are not giving up. Lucky's in first, so he's the first to blink in the Hyundai. You go straight in.
Is he going to stay on mediums, or is he going to run the risk of 7 laps on softs?
I'd go to softs, surely. That's worth it. Cruising with the run into turn 1. Can he get under the captain? Not quite. Captain cuts it, goes very deep though. Cruising's going to try on the second apex. He's got the car inside him now. Not quite again.
Mikey's called it.
Yeah, these guys are getting off the mediums as fast as they can. Look.
Dreamus is in. Alright, Mr. Lucky's come out in 6th, and he's on sauce.
Alright, we're just going to be on board with Cruising for a little bit here and just follow these guys around for a lap, because this is a little battle that's really playing out.
Oh, this is going to be interesting. Three just come out in the
the captain was way out of shape at a Digger 2. Cruising's right in his back bumper on the run of the hairpin. Captain covers. Nice cover line from the captain there. Cruising though, he's got the car nice and set up here. He's just, look at the corner extra speed from Cruising there. Just taps the captain again on the run to 200R. Is he going to look down the inside of Spoon? That'd be brave. Nah, tucks it back in. Lets the captain go very deep though. He's going to get over that exit line on the second apex here. Sets himself up. Captain with a good exit though. Or maybe a bit wide for the captain actually. See what the closing rate's like. Yeah, he's closing quickly now down the stretch. Is he going to look through 130R? This is going to be brave moving to 130R. Nah, doesn't want to do that. Captain goes deep again, very deep into 130R. Cruising's been very careful about this at the moment. He's just biding his time. See if he can. Kids has gone in. These two are going to go back around again. They're still fighting it out. So go back to 8th. Oh, look at these guys going for it. So Mikey there in 10th.
Like this, as soon as they came out of pits, Benny would come around the main straight, and Mr. Brent and Mikey just came out, and they haven't stopped since.
Yeah, okay. Look at this train though. Who are they catching? Berserker as well. Oh, they've caught Berserker very quickly. You must have an issue. Oh, that jungled them all up. Brent's gone through. Oh, Mikey's going to have a crack.
Kept in front of Lucky too.
Just watch this space though, because it should be on the mediums now. So Mikey's...
Berserker with the penalty.
Oh boy.
Come on, Berserker, you gotta burn him out.
Did he burn it?
No.
Uh-oh. Oops.
Yeah.
Wait for most pen to click, guys. Sorry, you're on Candid Camper, Mr. Berserker. Oh boy. So, at the moment, Captain leading the way. Cruising settled into second now.
Alright, Mr. Benny on his 3-stop strategy, I believe, has just come back out of the pits since 12. Fresh set of tyres, half a tank. So watch him probably try and move up through the field actually. He's the lightest car on track.
Okay. Can he get home from there? Yeah, he should be able to.
Yeah, should be able to.
So Kizzy on the mediums. Lucky on the softs versus Kizzy on the mediums. This is going to be a really interesting run home, guys. I'm actually really impressed with how Lucky's managed to hold on to this. And now if you get those tyres up to temperature, he's going to have to push early though. He can't afford to sit for too long. Because those mediums still have grip. Oh, Cruising was way out of fuel. Look at Cruising. Cruising was on vapour. Mr. Bradley at the moment, currently P3. He's going to go in surely. Not quite.
He's going again.
Okay, here comes Kizzer and Lucky. So this is not going to play out well for Kizzer. If he catches Mr. Bradley too quickly here, he's going to have Lucky all over him. Lucky's already tucked right in though. So he's definitely picked the afterburner straight away. He knows he needs to get around him quick and use the softs while they're good. Right on the back of the BMW through one.
And look at the captain right behind them.
Captain's going to join the party very shortly. Yeah, he's coming. Look at the grip difference from Lucky's car though. He's really, really tucking in the back of Kizzy here at the moment. The downside to this too though is he can't work the car too hard trying to find a spot. So he's got to be very careful with how much work he puts into the tyres. Just got to bide his time, wait for the right spot, set himself up. Oh, Kizzer with a big break up into Tinker 2. Lucky was not ready for that. Alright, and they're under the hairpin now. Lucky with another look down the inside. It's going to slow his exit. Kizzer, big slide into the hairpin and another big wiggle on the exit. Puma Cup's called it already. He reckons Lucky's gone too early in his tyres. He reckons they're going to burn off. I'm just going to let these guys go for a bit longer. We're going to get back to these guys back here. Looks like there's a bit of a battle pack going on here again. So Mikey's currently in 7th. Trying desperately to get back out of that position. He's got Mr. Brent right in front of him and Berserker behind him. Alright.
And then Ricky Bobby and Dad turn right on.
Oh, hang on. As we went, Lucky's gone off. Oh, just as we went off him. Oh no. That was at Spoon. Had to have been. Oh, he'd be ropeable. That's giving Kizzer a massive free kick. As Mr. Bradley peels off.
As well, so something's happened there.
I don't see damage on the BMW. Interesting to see post-race what happened there though, but yeah, I don't know, there might have been an incident.
Oh my god, these two are at it again.
Oh yes! Tell you what guys, this has been a race and a half. That's it, that's it.
This will have to be the race within the race.
Absolutely, these guys are going berserk at the moment, look at them. So the captain sneaks back through to second position at the moment on the road. This is a great finish for the captain so far. Cruising with an awesome drive for third so far, but he's still in the hunt here. And look at Lucky now on the softs.
Don't cut Lucky out. He's on the softs. His tyres are still pretty pristine, and he's catching these two.
He might get in amongst this in a minute and really upset these guys. And where's Mr. Bradley come out? 5th position. So he should pull away from Brent and Mikey and such. 11 seconds though, it's a big ask in 4 laps. Even on fresh rubber.
on mediums as well.
Oh, is he? Oh, okay. He might have to consolidate 5th and be happy then. As we go back to this battle here for 2nd, 3rd and 4th. The captain's not out it all his own way though. He's not been able to shake Cruisin' all race. Cruisin's definitely shown that the Mustang's got a lot of speed.
And what's good to see is there's all...
Oh, Captain!
Oh, Captain loose.
Big slide through the first half of Spoon there. So that's going to really brute these guys back up now. So Cruisin's going to tuck right in, and then that's going to get lucky in the party as well. Captain can't afford to keep sliding around like that. Because as we saw earlier in the race, Cruisin's not afraid to pounce when he gets the opportunity. And don't count lucky out yet either. He might get the pair of them. Oh, Captain goes too deep through Cassio. Cruisin just dives under the inside of him. They're side by side of the straight. Nah, Cruisin gets a clean pass. Great positioning from Cruisin there to make the move. Captain just went too deep into Cassio.
That has to be the move of the race.
Yeah,
Cassio of all places.
That's a great move. Great awareness too. He just saw that Captain was loose on the way in and went, yep, I'm going to grab that. Now Lucky's going to have a bite at him as well here. Can the Captain hang on?
Yeah, went wide at turn 1.
Oh, she walked a bit through the first part of the S's there. Started to wobble sideways. Thought, don't touch that sand. Geez, that Aston's loose. It's very loose in the rear end at the moment.
Yeah, it's not liking those mediums right now, I can tell you that much.
Lucky on the softs, he's got grip for days. I think it might be a matter of time here, guys. I think Lucky might grab him. He's got to be careful though. He can't afford to throw up in the wrong spot because the Captain's not one to just to step out of the way. Oh, he's hit the fence out of deck. Oh, he's hit the fence out of Decker too. That's that.
Alright, Mikey's actually dropped off Mr. Brent, and Mr. Berserker's now coming onto his tailpipe.
That's our 7th position.
Yeah.
Will Mikey just lift and let Berserker through for 7th? Or is he going to finish 7th again? He must be hating life right now.
He would definitely fight for 7th for sure.
He's had a very long day, Mr. Mikey's been moving house. You know, when the real world comes in and ruins our pretend race cars. Berserker's definitely on the move now though. Berserker will be on the softs if I remember correctly.
That is correct, he is
so
on the softs.
That Aston have a lot of pace under it now.
They're both on softs, and they're both even tyre wetters, so there's no give or take with these sort of
Okay, so she's a straight fight to the end for these two. I'm going to go back up towards the front though, because it looks like the gap's cruising. These guys are
going for a dive on the inside at 180.
Oops, missed him.
Puts it through.
Nice work. I'm not quick enough with the camera changes for that, sorry guys. Alright, so cruising there. He's the second clear of Lucky at the moment, so I don't know whether Lucky's just dropping off or he might have had an issue through Cassio. But he's managed to pull 3.3 seconds on the Captain, who's I think he's going to consolidate 4th now on those worn mediums. He's probably smart for him to do that, just score some solid points. Not overdrive the car. We don't want to have the same issue as last round.
Mr. Brent's coming up onto Mr. Bradley.
Yeah, okay. Look at that. So Brent's on the push too. So Brent's another one that's going to finish hard in the softs.
And Micah's on the medium, so that's going to be a nice fight on the last lap.
How's second place looking? It's closing up for second now. Cruisin's car's really grip limited now, so I think Lucky's going to be able to pull this off. After having a bit of an issue. We didn't quite see it, but we assume he went off at Spoon. He's going to pull the rabbit out of the hat now. So the strategy was there. The cars had plenty of pace. Was it enough pace to beat Kizza? Yeah, we'll see. But he's definitely shown he's got the speed in the Hyundai. It's good to see the Hyundai strong at Suzuka. Oh, he's flashing the lights.
Kizza's going to walk away with the trifecta at the moment.
Yeah, well that's it too. So Kizza's going to be done everything he'd done right. So fastest lap hasn't come up on my screen as usual. Thank you very much, GT.
The fastest lap is Kizza.
There we go. We've had a thump up for second here, guys.
Ooh.
So, oh, it's got the captain back in it now. Here we go for the last lap. It's going to be a straight fight now for second. Here comes the captain. Oh, wow. He just thought all of his Christmases have come at once. Here, there's a drag race down the straight. The captain crosses across Lucky, goes to the inside, goes to second. What just happened there? Cruiser touches him up on the run through one. They're side by side in the approach to the S's. Captain on the inside. He's going to grab it. Maybe. No, he's touched Cruisin'. Cruisin's off. That was never going to work, gentlemen. That was never going to work. Can the captain grab second position? His car's sliding everywhere. He's got a... Not Lucky goes back through on those softs. Well, the race is just blown up in one lap. Who would have thought that was going to happen? I'm sure Cruisin' didn't think that was going to happen. It all started with Cruisin' going... Cruisin' and Lucky getting together through through Casio, and then both checking right up, getting the captain back in the race. And now the captain's just chasing down Lucky. I don't think he's going to grab him though, because Lucky's on those softs. But wow, didn't expect that a lap and a half ago. Mikey's back to 10th. Oh dear.
Back to 10th. So he must have had another issue somewhere along the line.
Alright, so Kizza going down the back street. He's already weaving, look. Come on, no one likes to show off. 16 seconds clear of the field. He's been the class of the race again. Revolution Motorsport.
Flashing the lights.
Doing their thing. Continuing their stampede to the team's championship. With another podium. Not only a podium, the top step. Kizza wins it. Great drive. Lucky and the captain are still arguing for second. Lucky's just got to keep it clean. He's going to have the grip, so he's just got to keep it clean. But, geez, the captain... Great job from both these guys here to get back into it. So, Lucky's going to finish in P2. Captain grabs third position. Great recovery from the captain there after round one. Cruising with a great drive for fourth. Mr. Bradley, fifth position. Mr. Brett, sixth with a slide across the line. The Silo Man finished the seventh overall. He'd be happy with the decent bunch of points for the race. We got 8th position. It's going to be Dadson.
Dadson had a very quiet race.
He did
very well, getting up to 8.
Doremus grabs 9th. Oh, look at these guys fighting for 10th. So it looks like Mikey's going to grab it over Ricky Bobby. No, Ricky Bobby grabs it.
No, Mikey's out of fuel.
Oh boy. Ricky Bobby rolls across the line in 10th. Mr. Benny D gets 11th. Mikey grabs 12th out of fuel, and Jim Bob's going to finish 13th overall.
Ricky Bobby's out of fuel.
Oh boy.
Benny went out of fuel. Mikey's out of fuel. Jim Bob's out of fuel.
Boys, you got your numbers very close. Alright.
They all literally the last 4 or 5 guys died on the line.
That's just... Wow. So, Kizza there with a triple again. So pole position, fastest lap, and the race win. Save that replay real quick for me, sir.
I will.
Beautiful work. Oh, g'day, Wardo. There's the frowny faces there for the Jandal Fuel Boom guys. Probably need another couple of seconds in the tank there. Would have been great. So going back over the results, Kizza wins it quite comfortably in the end there. Lucky with the great bit of strategy driving from Lucky there. I reckon he might have been a little bit closer if he hadn't had that spin at Spoon. So grabs second position, great finish. The captain there manages to sneak up on the podium after that incident with Cruisin' and Lucky. So we'll see how that goes towards the steward's office. Cruisin' there consolidates 4th position, so great drive from Cruisin' all race there. Definitely hanging around the back of the captain and fighting for position. Great to see. Mr. Bradley with a quiet but strong 5th there. Mr. Brent 6th overall. Great position for him as well, considering his rough start to the season. Berserker with a 7th. Another one for him too. Great after a rough start. Dadson there with a very quiet 8th. Doremus with a very quiet 9th. Didn't see much of those boys for the whole race. Ricky Bobby running out of fuel at the end for 10th. Benny D managing to grab a couple of guys at the end there and running out of fuel in 11th. Mikey runs out of fuel, gets 12th. And Jim Bob there, last one across the line, in position number 13th. Fastest lap was Kizza with a 1:57.220 on lap number 3. That there, ladies and gentlemen, is Supercars Group B run and done. So thanks for the bits there, Dan. Appreciate it, mate. So we'll get driver of the day, please, guys. Thoughts, Mr. Death? What do you think?
Wow.
It was a very quiet race to begin with, but it definitely started.
The front of the pack, in the middle of the pack, there were literally battles everywhere, and they were close net. But overall, yeah. Mr. Mo's already clicked his pen on a few things, I can see.
Yeah, I can imagine. Okay, what have we got here? Driver of the days are coming in. We got... Yeah, I got the fastest lap there, Johnny. Don't worry, I got it. Mr. Brent calls himself the driver of the day. Good to see a bit of
I'll call myself the driver of the day in the safety car because I didn't spin
it. Thanks, Sinister, for the bits, mate. Appreciate it. Ghost says lucky and then daylight, so I guess that means lucky driver of the day.
Yeah.
Shane Sky says lucky.
I'll have to put my vote to lucky. He drove really well.
Jim Bob votes for Clint. Great to see. Long day in the office for Mikey from the Moff. Yep. GFL says a good race. Jim Bob driver of the day. Mr. Brent, seriously lucky, no bias. Yeah, I agree with that, mate. Lucky had a great drive. If he hadn't had that spin, he would have been very close to the lead. I reckon that was a good strategy play from Lucky. Very smart use of his tyres. But yeah, it wasn't quite to be. But again, no, Kizza is the man to beat in Supercars B at the moment. I do feel he'll probably find his way up into A. It'll be close. Whether he can sneak his way up to A based on if there was any penalties in that from the back end, I can't remember, to be honest. Yeah, no problem, mate. Dan says Dadson driver of the day. Yeah, Dadson had a very quiet but very, very strong race. It was a good position from Dadson there to get in the top 10. It's
to finish in the top 10 in this field.
Exactly right.
It's just ridiculous. You've got to work for it, and you've got to make sure you've got your car in the right spot at the right time. And
exactly.
I believe Dadson actually did that.
That's the thing too. The race driver in you always doesn't want to be just going, oh yeah, top 10's good. They want to be top 5 and above. But sometimes you just need to be aware of your surroundings and aware of the quality of races that are around you, and be aware that a top 10 in this field, like you said, is bloody good effort. Like these guys are properly quick now, especially towards the middle of the field too. Like you've got your fast guys at the front that people expect to be leading, but the middle of the field was some very hard fought racing there, and it was great to see the guys keeping it very clean. There wasn't a lot of biff and barge. The first couple laps especially.
Everyone gave enough racing room to everyone. So it was good to see. There was a couple of hiccups here and there with a couple of drivers, but that's racing too. So.
Shane's guy, Doctor is awesome, getting names right. The Moff 9 says Dadson driver of the day, no bias from Powerhouse. Yeah, I believe it. That's no bias. Dadson had a good race.
But luck goes my way.
Yeah, lucky for me too.
My eyes.
Very good, guys.
Oh, we've also had a person actually report themselves.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, for a pit lane exit infringement. So
oh dear.
That's nice. It's good to see, to be honest.
Oh. Well then. That's honesty. I like it. Good to see. Thanks very much. Thanks there, Berserker. Appreciate it, mate. Alright, guys. Do you have anything you want to say to close it out, mate?
No, it was a very nice, clean, beautiful battle race. Like, you had Cruisin', you had the captain, they were racing from lap 1 to lap 21. Overall, let's see how the Super 2B guys go on Thursday. This is going to be really good. Like, every race on this track so far has been eventful in some way or another. So it's brought out a lot of, I don't know what the word would be. Yeah, that's about it.
Very good. All right, mate. Well, thank you very much for joining me in the box tonight. Appreciate you doing the RD duties as well. So a lot on your plate tonight. So really appreciate your help. Thanks to Noble for the Nova's Crash and Bash Room. It was great to see another full field in there as well, so those guys had a great time. What else have we got going on here? So thanks very much to the chat. You guys, again, just smashing through it. It's great to see the chat moving so fast. Again, great to see teammates, partners, team bosses, all you guys that aren't racing, getting in there and supporting your teammates. It's awesome to see, supporting your partners. Great. So I'm more impressed with that than I've been about a lot of things lately. That's excellent to see you guys really getting behind your teammates. That's what we like to see. So coming up next, we've got Super 2 Group B, which I'll be jumping back out of the box and back into Kate for a run around, seeing I had to relegate to do stream duty on Thursday. So I'll be banging around with those boys down in Super 2 Group B on Thursday night.
How do you feel with the track on that?
Oh, I've done about 4 laps so far, so I'm really keen to do some practice laps this week at some point, hopefully, if I can find the time. I do think it'll be a bit of a just get the car home as clean as I can sort of deal for me.
Yeah.
Not my favourite track in the world. We did too many laps of it in the 86. I just can't stand it anymore. So yeah, tune into those guys there. We should have back to normal programming with a proper full speed stream with the with Ghost and Co. I'm not sure who the co-commentator will be on Thursday, but watch the space. I'm sure it'll be another great call from these guys. And yeah, we move back on to round 3 on Sunday night, where we go supercars racing again, which is going to be amazing. I can't wait.
Which is the first round of
Interlagos.
Super Sprint.
It is too. Very good call there, sir. So we get to go back to season 1 style. Split 2 races for the round. It's going to be amazing at Interlagos. So, it's going to be just let's go. Big blast race. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting. It's going to how it's actually going to play out, to be honest. So
very good.
that'd be good.
Alrighty then, guys. So we might end it there. And thanks very much for everybody for tuning in. Thank you to Mr. Death for joining me in the box. Keep me company. And
All good, you're welcome.
yeah, alright. We'll see you on Thursday night. Everyone enjoy the rest of your week. And stay safe, eh?